The last 24 hours has changed quite considerably. Having enjoyed a wonderful cruise when we arrived in Okinawa,
The year 2020 was meant to be a high point for the cruise industry. The ships were getting bigger, the entertainment more extravagant, and bookings were at an all-time high. But in a matter of weeks, the entire industry was brought to a standstill. A global pandemic known as COVID-19 swept across the world, and cruise ships became an early and very public symbol of the crisis. For a company like Carnival Cruise Line, the next few years would be a desperate fight for survival. The ships, once bustling with life, sat empty. The revenue, which had been a constant stream, dried up completely. Carnival, like all cruise lines, was forced to take on billions of dollars in debt just to keep the lights on. They sold off ships, delayed new construction, and scrambled to implement new health and safety protocols for a world that was suddenly terrified of confined spaces. The financial scars of this period are still very real, and the company's path to recovery is a long and arduous one. But the pandemic was only one part of the story. Even as they navigated the financial turmoil, Carnival found itself battling a different kind of storm. A storm of public perception. It's a battle fought not in the boardroom, but in the court of public opinion. And sometimes the issues are, well, a bit bizarre, like the recent Buttergate scandal of 2025. A passenger complained to Carnival that the butter packets in the main dining room were, in fact, margarine. They felt deceived, and the story gained enough traction that a Carnival brand ambassador had to publicly confirm the packets contained real butter. While this incident might seem trivial, it speaks to a larger issue. When a company is focused on cost savings, and for cruise lines, it is the name of the game, customers begin to look for evidence of those cuts. Just recently, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings announced it had successfully reduced its operating costs by hundreds of millions of dollars. The company claims customer satisfaction remains high. But this raises a fundamental question. At what point do cost-saving measures begin to degrade the customer experience? Is it a change from butter to margarine, a reduction in menu options, or a new policy on a drink package? Take Royal Caribbean, for example. Their recent move to eliminate exemptions for a passenger not wanting to purchase a drink package if their cabin mate did sparked outrage. While the cruise line claims the change was to prevent sharing and misuse, many customers felt it was a blatant money grab. It highlights the tension between a business's need for profitability and a customer's desire for value. Beyond financial and reputational challenges, the cruise industry is facing the prospect of increased government regulation. The U.S. government is taking a closer look at the safety and security of passengers, and for good reason. Crimes on cruise ships are a serious concern. The FBI, which is the primary agency that investigates these crimes on the high seas, maintains a list of incidents. But finding that information isn't always easy. The recent investigation into an alleged sensual assault on the Carnival Breeze and a separate death investigation on the Carnival Dream are stark reminders of this reality. These are not isolated incidents. In response, 2 U.S. senators have introduced a new piece of legislation, the Cruise Passenger Protection Act of 2025. This 56-page bill aims to modernize passenger safety and increase transparency. Its proposals are far-reaching. They include the creation of a new governmental agency to handle cruise-related consumer issues, a 24/7 hotline for victims of crime, and a requirement for every cruise line to have a visible link to crime statistics on their website. For the cruise industry, and for Carnival in particular, these are truly troubled waters. From the financial devastation of a global pandemic to the relentless pressure of public perception, and now, the prospect of new government oversight. The cruise lines will have to adapt, but the question remains: can they navigate these challenges without sacrificing the very things that make a cruise vacation so appealing? Only time will tell if they can truly restore confidence and return to smooth sailing.